In the top stories, the Right Honourable Dr. Denzil Douglas celebrates 35 years as an elected parliamentarian. Privy Council quashes Vibes cartel and co-accused conviction. And a landslide in Rwanda causes devastation in bordering Congo. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Friday, 15th March 2024. I'm Scotty Sia Hendrickson. Nationally, the month of March signals the start of 6 months of celebratory activities, marking the choral anniversary of the election to the St. Kitts and Nevis Parliament of the Right Honourable Dr. Denzil Llewellyn Douglas. Observing 35 years as the elected representative for St. Christopher No. 6, Dr. Douglas extended the celebration to nationals to participate in activities for the month of March. These include a book launch that features longtime colleague Dr. Kennedy Anthony from St. Lucia, health fair in Deep Bay, community walkthrough in Sadler's, health walk from Sandy Point, and a service of Thanksgiving at the Sadler's Pentecostal Church. On the wider calendar, the choral anniversary includes school projects and quiz competitions in April, events to coincide with Mother's Day and Father's Day, community sport festival in July, a concert in August, a gala in September, and the premiere of a commemorative video in October. Traversing the 35 years, Dr. Douglas earned the accolade of statesman when he became the Federation's second Prime Minister from 1995 to 2015. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis and the Nevis Island Administration have been represented in the Dominican Republic for the Global Environment Facility GEF Caribbean Expanded Constituency Workshop ECW, conducted from March 11th to 13th, 2024, and the GEF Regional Adaptation Programming and Strategy Workshop from the Caribbean Small Island Developing States from March 14th to 15th, 2024. The GEF Expanded Constituency Workshop focused on a funding structure which included country engagement strategy, operations and policies, results and monitoring, and small grants program. Meanwhile, the GEF Regional Adaptation Programming and Small Strategy Workshop for Small Island Developing States like St. Kitts and Nevis aimed to strengthen outreach and training support to improve country planning and programming under the new Climate Change Adaptation Strategy for 2022 to 2026. Participants also trained to translate their adaptation priorities into projections and funding proposals. The delegation is comprised of Colencia Levine, Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Environment, Delarise Sphere, Project Officer in the same ministry, Dr. Eric Brown, Forestry Officer in the Department of Environment, Thema Ward, representing the NIA, and Franklin Connor from St. Kitts and Nevis Bureau of Standards. St. Kitts Nevis Restaurant Week is encouraging food enthusiasts in St. Kitts and Nevis to help in deciding the star ingredient for this year's hosting of Restaurant Week. Through a themed ingredient poll, voters are asked to make a flavorful impact by choosing between banana, carrot, and papaya. Restaurant Week has encouraged persons to engage with fellow foodies, rally with friends to help choose the show-stopping theme ingredient. St. Kitts Nevis Restaurant Week 2024 will take place from July 11th to 21st. In regional news, the Privy Council has quashed the murder conviction of dancehall entertainer Adidja Vibes Cartel Palmer and 3 other men. Jamaica Gleaner's Kimon Francis has that story.
The Privy Council has quashed the murder convictions of dancehall entertainer Adidja Vybz Kartel Palmer and 3 other men, ruling that the case be sent back to Jamaica's Court of Appeal for a ruling on whether they should be retried. Kartel, entertainer Sean Storm Campbell, Kahira Jones and Andre St. John were convicted in 2014 for Clive Lizard Williams' murder in 2011. Attorneys for the men are expected to seek bail while the Court of Appeal decides if they should face a retrial. Meanwhile, jubilation erupted among some residents of Waterford, Portmore and St. Catherine following the Privy Council's ruling.
The Office of the Attorney General has requested a preliminary investigation into the corruption allegations involving Suriname's President Chandrik Prasad Santokhi and 2 of his ministers, including Finance Minister. The probe was triggered by reports suggesting that the government disbursed about $7.5 million to Pan American Real Estate, a local company based on falsified documents. I quote, "It is important to emphasize that no one has yet been identified as a suspect," end quote, the Public Prosecution Service said on Wednesday. The case came to light last November when an anonymous whistleblower, armed with a trove of documents, filed a criminal complaint with the Attorney General's office. Subsequently, in January, additional potentially incriminating evidence was handed over to the Office of the Attorney General, prompting the police anti-corruption unit to delve into the matter. President Santokhi and the 2 cabinet ministers have denied any wrongdoing, asserting that all actions were conducted in compliance with existing legal accounting regulations. In international news, landslides in Rwanda causes devastation in water in Congo. Africa News tells us more.
The city of Buhuzi in the Kabare territory of South Kivu, DRC, near the Rwandan border, has once again fallen victim of landslides over the past 2 days. This new disaster has affected the Ruzizi River and the Nyamangana Hill in the DRC. In Buhuzi, our houses have been destroyed. We're sleeping on the road. There is no one to help us. In Rwanda, there was also a landslide that blocked the Ruzizi River, and our fields were devastated by this landslide. People are crossing from Rwanda without control. We need the government's assistance. Local civil society is calling for enhanced security measures to prevent infiltrations by foreign forces. Houses have been flooded and cracks are visible in some buildings. In terms of demarcating one country from another, especially in the Great Lakes region, we believe this does not constitute a real border. Therefore, I think border services should address this issue. Regarding the movement of the people, I have seen some Congolese starting to cross at this location, and even Rwandans are starting to cross here. The landslide in Rwanda has caused significant damage in the DRC, highlighting the interconnectedness of natural disaster across borders in the region.
French President Emmanuel Macron says all options are possible in Ukraine, although the current situation doesn't require them. Euronews has more.
Thank you again. Thank you.
French President Emmanuel Macron has said that all options are possible when discussing the possibility of sending troops into Ukraine. Speaking on French television, Macron insisted that winning the war against Russia and Ukraine was crucial to the safety of Europe. His comments have previously drawn criticism from NATO partners who maintain a more cautious approach.
Jamais nous ne mènerons d'offensive. Jamais nous ne prendrons l'initiative. La France est une force de paix. Simplement, aujourd'hui, pour avoir la paix en Ukraine, il ne faut pas être faible. Et donc, il nous faut lucidement regarder la situation et il nous faut, avec détermination, volonté, courage, dire que nous sommes prêts à mettre les moyens pour atteindre notre objectif qui est que la Russie ne gagne pas.
German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock echoed his sentiment on Thursday. However, she faces opposition from Germany's Chancellor Olaf Scholz, who is a critic of sending ground troops into Ukraine. Macron is due to meet Scholz and Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk in Berlin, where they will discuss how to supply aid to Ukraine and reduce tensions in the conflict.
And now for the weather. Present weather is cloudy with showers in the vicinity. Winds are a light breeze from the east-northeast at 9 to 20 miles per hour. Temperature is 25 degrees Celsius or 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Seas are 1.2 to 1.5 meters or 4 to 5 feet. The weather forecast for today predicts partly cloudy to cloudy skies with a 60% or moderate chance of showers. Tonight is expected to be partly cloudy with a 40% or moderate chance of showers. Sunset today will be at 6:18 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 6:21 a.m. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Scotty Sia Hendrickson.